Hey, what's up, everyone? My name's Wes. We are talking Flesh Tone Paints and our current paint project and future paints. Who knows? Oh well, whatever. Let's go. So yeah, my current paint project is this box right here, the Witcher one. So in my video where I talked about 3D prints painting, I mentioned it how this box right here is a gift for a friend, and I actually reached out to them. I'm like, hey, do you plan on painting this? And they were like, I didn't know you could paint them. Also, I don't have paint like supplies. Well, um, I was going to gift them paint supplies also, but then they were like, well, you could paint them if you'd like. And I'm like, cool. Now I have a new painting project, something that, because all of this there's no rush on me painting it or like a time frame. They already know they're getting this gift, and it's not a big surprise for me to ask, hey, if you want to paint them up. However, I don't want to ruin the cards that it comes with, so I've been looking at other videos and like going right to the final look. I'm like, all right, that's how it's supposed to look. Cool, I get painted to look like that. But yeah, I also picked up some new Pro because, well, Witcher colors um, are very like muted, so I picked up some more colors. This I can't even make out the name. I think it's Ben something for the miniature artist. But one thing I have noticed about the Pro paints versus like my army painter is that the Pro are kind of, well, very high saturated, but also like runny. They come out the bottle a lot quicker, and when they hit the wet palette, they spread a lot further. So learning new paints has been something, but I've also been painting up some of these minis. I got 2 painted so far. I gave myself a deadline on when to paint them. I also don't want to ruin the box or the cards, so I'm like, all right, I'm gonna take all these out of the box, and then when I'm done painting them all, I'll put them back in the box because I want to like I don't want to ruin it, and so I don't want to like the least contact with it, the better, in my opinion. So that's my current paint project. So right about now, you should be seeing one of the images on your screen. You don't know what this thing is. I have played the Witcher games, never beat any of them. Honestly, I have about, I think, 8 hours in Witcher 3 total, or 6 hours. um, because not really the biggest Witcher fan. Well, I like the show and the lore. However, the games just don't really do it for me. I'm not the biggest like solo. I love a good story in a world, but at the same time, I do prefer uh, like cooperative games. Not really like PvP or MMOs, but like Halo 3 type story, you know? Me and the buddies going through story mode. Army of Two, very good story. Oh man, I'm trying to think. What's that game where you and your buddy try to break out of prison? Or is it Break In? I forget. Just, those type of games. I enjoy playing with other people, obviously. But yeah, um, the Witcher uh, character I know has inspired a lot, especially in D&D. We have like the Blood Hunter from Critical Role, Matt Mercer's class, which just feels like it could just be a ranger subclass to me. A lot of additions to D&D Beyond lately feel like they could just be ranger subclasses. Um, I'm playing a game for monster hunters, running a game for all monster hunters, and I'm like, you guys feel like you could just be a ranger subclass or a rogue subclass, honestly. Same thing with how I feel about the Blood Hunter. I've played alongside a Blood Hunter for 6 levels now, and I'm like, your 2 main abilities could just be subclass abilities for a ranger. And I know a lot of you people who don't like, well, I don't want to play a ranger. And I'm like, yeah, I get that. But your subclass is basic, your whole entire class isn't that good. In a sense of like, you could have just reflavored your ranger. or just added a couple feats, homebrewed a subclass for your ranger to get your Witcher-esque vibe that you're going for, which I get why people like it so much, but at the same time, I'm like, the mechanics, at least in D&D, don't play that well with it. What does play really good with D&D, honestly, are Chaos Space Marines. Just using the names of like Lord of Poxes, Lord of Virulence, Blight Lords, a lot of Nurgle stuff. Even not even just Nurgle, Dexa, Hand of Slanesh, Fulgrim the Perfect, Sigvald, the first Demon Prince, like of Slanesh. All that stuff sounds like it could just make good D&D characters. But back to my painting project. So I have about 2 of these painted so far. I have put, and my goal is to continue painting every single one, and I'm hoping that I get better and better as I paint these minis, because, well, I just want to get better at painting. I don't know if I'll ever, I mean, my local game stores have like their mini of the month, and I've never entered one, but because like so far I feel like at this point my best minis are my Noise Marines and my Death Watch. I don't think none of my Tau look great because they were made, I painted them so long ago, like when I first started. That's actually another reason why I'm painting them. I did say, like, hey, I just get you the paint so you can paint them. My friend was like, yeah, I want them to look good. And I'm like, well, I don't know how good they'll look. I'm not a professional painter or anything, but I'll like the challenge. Like, it's a gift for somebody I care about, so I'm gonna put my, like, everything into it. Honestly, probably gonna join a Patreon sometime this week. I don't know whose Patreon, but I need to get better at painting, despite it being my least favorite part about the hobby. When it comes to building miniatures for like war games, the building is my favorite part. That's why I love like things like Gundam, despite they are not designed for gaming. They're just like, you build it, you pose it, and you set it up. There you go. That's how I feel about painting overall. Like I said, I have to learn the difference in paints, and there's no place around me that sells Vallejo. Or the one that does, it's a pain in the butt to get to. Like, it's supposed to be under 30-minute drive, however, because of city traffic, it is not. And I don't like buying stuff online. Like, I know I need to get brush cleaner, and I haven't found any spots near me that sell brush cleaner, so I don't have any. And instead I just keep buying new brushes, which is not the best. Some of my brushes are not in the best condition. The reason I haven't chosen painting them is because, well, I do a very bad job of painting above something. Like, I end up here eventually, which is not like underneath the camera. I mean, I already feel like these minis are looking pretty dang good, and I want to keep going. The last thing I want to work on are the actual Witcher figures themselves. The game comes with 5 of them. The reason I want to work on them last is because, well, those are what the players are going to use. So I want those to be the very best possible when it comes to the box. So that's how I'm thinking about working on that. I haven't touched the big monsters yet. I'm working on all the smaller ones first. The ones that are okay, they look a little not the best, because I hope I get better by the time I continue on with these. So that's sort of where I'm at. Oh crap, I forgot to talk about news. So yeah, in the news this week, we got another Warhammer Quest miniature announced. This time it was the dwarf. We got some new Blood Bowl from the looks of it. The White Scars and Iron Hands detachments have been released. In Dungeons and Dragons news, well, there are like varsity jackets from the Hellfire Club available on D&D Beyond to order now. We got some leaks from the new season of Avatar that were shown. The next avatars are supposed to be a set of twins, apparently. So, cool, I guess. Well, actually, very cool. I love the Avatar series, obviously. But But yeah, so that's the news. I've been Wes. Where's the fun? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you, and goodbye.